Hello and welcome back. How have you been? I hope you're doing great and I hope your families are doing well. And for those people who enjoy summer, this is the very last weekend of summer, and as we go to fall, I hope and I pray that we shall have a good fall this year as well. And I hope that you'll be doing things that are working towards making your family even better, and your community and even your society. That is why you are there, to stand in your gap, and also to find your place in the world and to do what you are called to do. Why the Lord God created you and deployed you in the world, you have to find that, because that's very essential to the whole community. So today I'll be talking about effective communication. Effective communication. You know, we talk every day. You wake up, you start talking, and I don't know whether you have paid some attention to what am I talking about? Who are my listeners? What message do I pass across? Are there people waiting to hear me talking? And when they hear me talking, what do they expect? Do I expect to hear from them? And if I expect to hear from them, what will they be talking about? I want to talk about effective communication. And what is effective communication? Effective communication is understanding the information passed on and understanding the emotions and intentions of the message. You have to understand the emotions and you have to understand the intention. So you just don't talk for the sake of talking. When we're talking, when you're passing an information or message, there's a reason you're doing that. So that's what we'll be talking about today. And then why do we even want to know about effective communication? We want to have to understand effective communication. The reason being, when there's no effective communication, or when people have not communicated the right way, many things have gone wrong. For example, you know, families have gone wrong. You know, people have separated relationship because I was passing a message. I thought it was a good message, but then on the other end, the way you received it did not make sense to you, or it felt as if it wasn't the right information and it wasn't the right message, and it brings fight and things go wrong from there and that point. Families are broken, that's what I'm saying. Children and parents, you know, sometimes children do not understand the emotions. Or parents do not understand the emotion of the parent when they're saying, and maybe the children can take, oh, my mother does not like me, my mother does not love me, excuse me, that's why she's talking that way to me. So it is very important, not only to you as a parent or a caregiver, or you as an adult, or you as a child, we all need to understand effective communication. Other things have not been accomplished. That's the other reason we want to know about effective communication. Say, for example, you left to somebody, you told them, that person, you know, this is what you need to do during the day, or maybe you're orienting somebody to work, and then when you tell them, you don't give them enough information on how to do the job, and then things don't work well, and then that job is not well done. There might be problems coming from that as well. Other things have been overdone, you know, because of lack of effective communication, and even death. People have died because of lack of good communication. For example, if you are working in a medical environment, and then you are supposed to take this care of this patient, and you did not get all the instructions, that can cause death. So that is some of the reasons we want to understand about effective communication. The other thing, why did I talk about emotion? Because communication and emotions have to go hand in hand. You know, sometimes we hear people talking, but we don't pay attention to the emotions that is going with what they're talking about. And that is very key, very important. If you miss the emotion beat of that communication, there might be a problem. And let me give you an example. Somebody is so sad, and they're talking about whatever they're talking about, they're very sad, and you can hear the emotions from, you know, from their voice as well. But then you don't pay attention to that, You know, you might answer something, or you might talk to them without empathy or without sympathy, and that might be a problem. So it is very important to understand the emotion. And one of the emotions that comes most among the very many that we have out there is anger. Somebody is very angry, and then the person keeps on talking, but rather than de-escalating the situation, because you understand the emotion that is in the presence at that point, you just keep on talking to them, and then after they shoot the words, you are shooting the words from the other side. That will never de-escalate the situation. So that is why it's important for us to understand about effective communication and also the emotions. There are many ways of communicating, but I want to just mention a few of them. One of them is oral communication. I'm talking, but then this one has to be a two-way traffic. Communication is a two-way traffic. I'm talking, you're listening. You're talking, I'm listening. Then the other thing is non-verbal cues. I'm talking and I'm crossing my hands. That means I'm very close, and you keep on talking to me. In other words, maybe I'm telling you, I'm just doing my shoulders like this, and maybe I'm telling you I don't want to hear what you're talking about, or I don't know at all. If you do not know how to read the non-verbal cues, we might not communicate well, because you can tell me all that you want to tell me, but I'm not receiving, I'm not even communicating back to you. The other one is written, or now we have the phones, our media, but then there's another one, managing stress in the moment. It's very important for us to know how to manage stress at that point as we're talking about. Now, the other thing I want to talk about is, why am I addressing communication, or why am I talking about communication? I'm talking about communication, and more especially I want to address the parents or caregiver and the teenagers, a stage that Erik Erikson calls industry versus inferiority. It might start from 5 all the way to 13. This is a stage that kids or teenagers wants to be handled differently when we talk about communication, because this is the time they are finding their spot in the world. This is the time they are trying to know or to realize who they are. And so there are things that happens as they do this. One of those things to mention from many is that teenagers want to associate themselves with outsiders or with other people more than they want to do that with their families. So if you do not know about that stage, you might still tell them, I want you to do this and that. But then the teenager is becoming aggressive. The teenagers is doing there are things that they're not obeying, because you're not reading, you're not understanding where they are at that point. So when you talk to teenagers, there are things that you also need to do as a caretaker or as a parent. One of them, just don't tell them to do things. Maybe you've been telling them all through what to do, and they've been very obedient. At this point, you need to bring them close and also teach them how to make decisions. Make decisions with them. You know, bring them there. Make decisions with them. Involve them in your discussion. Yeah. The other thing, you know, if they're talking on phone, what are they talking about? Are you involved? Do you take care? Do you check from there and from here and there? So when we talk about this, these things are very important. I'll be talking more. I'll be building on a topic of communication. This is just an introduction, and I hope you got something, and I hope you will take care from this moment henceforth concerning communication. Have a great fall. Thank you. Bye.